today's video we are talking about our five worst workaway experiences. At number 5 we have a rather trivial one, but it was working on a weekend even though we weren't meant to be.
That's why, not because it's
working on a weekend.
Yeah, it's because we were under the agreement that what we got in return for the 5 days a week of working meant that we got time on the weekend to go and explore.
Yeah.
And see things that we actually travelled to see.
And we agreed on 5 hours a day, 5 days a week, and we ended up working on the Sunday during the week.
The Sunday that we first got there, we worked.
Yeah.
Which, obviously, to make a good first impression, we were like, oh yeah, fine, that's fine. And then we were never kind of given any recognition for that time that we gave.
Yeah.
Or because we got there and we were kind of still, we could have went and seen around the town, but we decided to help them instead. And it was never kind of recognised and given back.
Yeah, and we never got the chance to go any more chances. And then as well, when we were in Germany, on their profile it just said 5 hours a day, and we thought it meant normally Workaway recommends 5 hours a day, 5 days a week. So we thought that our weekends would be free.
Yeah.
Like all other workaways are meant to be, because they kind of...
Well, according to the workaway thing though, its maximum is 25.
Yeah, well that's what they recommend.
The recommended maximum is 25 hours a week.
And in Germany they wanted us to work every single day, no days off.
Yeah, because there's always work to do on the farm, which is true, but we didn't...
But we wanted to see the area as well, we didn't want to do just work.
Yeah, like we understand that...
It wasn't fair share.
Yes. Yes.
So number 4 is would be further up on my list, but not so much in Jordan's, because it was when I was stuck up a plum tree until after dark.
Yeah, and I was out chopping trees down and drinking beer.
So when we were in Germany, we stayed with another workawayer, and she kind of bonded with the mum of the family, and they would go on horse rides together and look after the horses, and she bonded with the dad of the family, and it was only a couple that we were staying with. So that left me with nobody but the chickens and plums.
I didn't leave you all the time.
Yeah, but you went and off to do boy things and went to the woods and drank a beer, whilst the chickens escaped, so I had to help them get put back in the pen, and then I was up a plum tree until after dark. Because I was too scared to go in the house because it was such a creepy old house. And like the chickens escaped, and like the host's parents came, and they didn't speak a word of English, and I didn't know German.
Yeah.
Sorry. And I had to try and converse with them, and I was like, yeah.
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 Yeah. So that was that. Obviously, if it was a personal list, that would be number 2 or something, right?
Yeah, it would be further up, but because it's joint, it's further down.
We made an agreement and came to a...
So number 3 is the picking tomatoes. So it was part of the job, and we're not going to seem bad here, but when we were in Denmark, we had to pick to order. So they got orders and we had to pick it all. So the 5 hours a day went out the window. We worked until it was done. So we would work practically all day. And picking tomatoes all day in a massive hot pen.
a plastic pen.
Yeah.
Plastic greenhouse was with bees and wasps and...
It was just a bit tedious, wasn't it? Because tomatoes have like a coat in it, got all over us and all over our clothes.
Yeah, it has like a wax coating on the vines of the tomatoes, so when you touch it, it almost looks like goldeny dew. And then when you continually touch it, it goes black and like
and then
tar.
You can't get it off your hands for ages, can you? And they never supplied gloves.
Oh, until that new girl came, and then she asked for them, and then they were like, oh yes, we've had loads of gloves, here's new pairs. And we were like, well...
Yeah, I've just been staining my fingernails for the past 2 weeks.
It's fine. But we just got on with it.
Yeah.
Sorry about the Hoover.
Jenny Kelly.
Jenny Kelly.
So 2 is that we were digging holes for 8 hours. Primarily Jordan.
Primarily me.
I just kind of stood there and helped.
Through it, what? Not so much the hole digging. Wouldn't be so bad, but it had to be. How many feet?
Well, we'll just precede this a bit by saying that Workaway suggests 5 hours a day, 5 days a week. And when we were in Germany, it was 5 hours a day every single day, but some days it was work until you got all the jobs finished, like Denmark. And in Germany, where they wanted us to build a chicken pen within a week. We built that chicken pen within a week and we were proud, but at the same time, digging holes for 8 hours, John's hand was in shreds.
Yeah, well, I had to dig it by hand. That's what makes this point worse, is I had to dig it by hand and it was really cold.
You didn't have to dig it by hand, you had to shovel.
Yes, but I had to use my fucking hands. Right, I'm not saying like I physically dug it and clawed up the soil. I just mean I had to use my hands to power the shovel.
Yeah.
Well, I could
But
say
then you
could say that I used a big tractor to dig the holes, but I still had to use my hands. Like,
but Jordan did get bitten by fire ants as well.
I did, yeah.
Because you were scooping out bits from the hole.
Yeah, because because it had to be so deep, the shovel and only so wide, you couldn't angle the shovel properly, so I just kind of loosen the soil and then dig it out by hand.
Got bitten by ants.
And I got bitten by fire ants, and it was winter, so the ground was not soft.
Yeah.
The ground was very hard soil.
But we did it.
Sorry?
But you did it.
Thank you.
And number 1 is our worst experience during Workaway was that we were packing peppers in a crack den. Well, wasn't a crack den, but it felt like it. I think it was the most tedious part was because they had, like I said, were ordered.
We picked to order.
We picked to order and we packed to order. So when you get an order for 700 peppers, you would think they would weigh them. Or there would be some kind of method. Now they wanted exactly
like 50.
700 peppers.
Yeah.
And they had to be in packs of 10.
No, it's 50.
Or was it 50?
Yeah, it was 50.
Oh.
And we lined them up in groups.
We
of
lined
10.
them up in groups of 10 and then went along, yeah.
So I think we had like, so when we said crack den, it was kind of a shed that was the same size as this room actually.
Yeah.
And that had a table, maybe the same size as the bed.
The table was so
behind
low
us,
as
but
well.
was,
So you were bent over the table hurting your back.
yeah, and obviously I'm quite tall, so
Yeah.
it was really hard. And the lighting wasn't really that great.
No, there was no light.
And
Because the windows were boarded up.
Yeah, and because the people that we were there with, we didn't really
mesh well.
Yeah, like our personalities didn't connect with each other.
Yeah,
It
that's
was just like 5 or 6 hours of silence.
yeah.
Of me and you just making an odd random joke to each other, and be like,
Well, I think it was made worse by the fact that one of the other workaways wanted to break every so often, and she would break for like an hour at a time. But that hour, I am not getting back. I'm just sat there
yeah, because
doing nothing.
we come from a culture where if there's a job to be done, just do it, and then you can chill out afterwards.
Yeah.
But their culture was, I guess that's why we went, to find out the different cultures. But
No, we didn't like it.
yeah, I guess.
I didn't like that aspect.
And their culture was to do a job, but kind of like just you'll get it done throughout the day.
But it would
there's
take
no rush.
all this, then it would be longer than your 5 hours at the start, but you'd be up at 7 type of thing, and then you wouldn't get any time to go explore. You would be in the house, and the whole point of Workaway is the whole cultural experience. You want to learn about the family, you want to learn about the society around them, you want to learn and look at different
look at,
sides.
like Francesca said, it is about that cultural exchange, and you kind of getting to know the situation that you're in. But when you're just working and you you're working for such long hours and not even working with the people that you're staying with. It's just kind of like a job that we're doing together rather than a cultural exchange.
Yeah. Especially when like that place, the facilities weren't great as well. So I think that made it even more apparent.
Yeah. And the people weren't that great. They stole our food and stuff. But maybe that's a different topic. Yeah. Well, that's it. That's our video on the worst experiences during our work away. Well, top 5 worst experiences.
Yeah. So this is our third video. Fourth video in our work away series. We have one more after. So
do we?
Yeah. So make sure you subscribe below, leave a comment and a like.